Hello again, traders. Right, it's Thursday, 19th of August, I think, and I haven't made a video for a while. Well, I did yesterday, but kept getting interrupted, so about 4 attempts, and I gave up in the end. And that was about stocks, totally different subject to today's one. Anyway, overnight I was wandering around the internet like you do, looking for a moving average dashboard that would hopefully give me an idea of where price was in relation to either the 34 or the 89 EMA. So this is a work in progress. This is a Bollinger Band dashboard I found on my travels as well, same place as this one. So if you're following me on Twitter, you'll know I posted a link to this one, and that's on the same thread, if I remember correctly, made by the same guy. So best way, you could probably look at the indicators details. Let's have a look at the multi-pivot point scanner, and you will see that that will link you to the thread that shows you who it is. So you have to go to my Twitter feed, find the link. Pivot dashboard would probably be the best way to search for it, and then follow all the instructions on that thread. So this is really useful. It will be useful. I love the fact that you can move around the tickers just clicking on these, and this is pretty self-explanatory. It didn't take much to get my head around what was going on. R1, and we're 6.5 pivots away from it. Gold is near this the pivot point, the daily pivot, 19.5 pips above it, I think. Let's just double check what that one is looking like in relation to the pivot point. It takes a little while to open because I've got so much going on this computer. So we're looking at gold, pivot point, which will be a blue line on my thing, about 18 points away from it when it decides to open. Apologies, it was a bit quicker just now when I made take one of this. Here we are, gold. Where's the daily pivot? There's the daily pivot there, hiding behind all this mess here. So let's have a look at the 15-minute and see whether we can see it clearer. There we are. So we're above the daily pivot there, as I said, and we are currently about 20 pips away from it. So what's that telling us? Yeah, 19 pips, so 18.7 pips. So that's how it works. So basically the way I want to use it, instead of using the ADR, which I was never happy with the actual dashboard, we can just look for overextended pairs. If we're up at S4, which I don't even have on my chart, so it runs to S3, if we're just below S4, then that one is likely to be massively overextended. I should have just gone to that chart and moved to Aussie dollar instead of opening a new chart. As you can see, way below S3, looking like it wants to reverse now. So in my opinion, this offers a huge benefit over and above the ADR, overextended ADR indicator. So we've got multiple ways to find the charts and multiple different bits of information. These are all near the pivots. If you understand this, during later on in the day, these will most likely be reversing to the pivots, so they're not much use to us. Early on in the day, when the trends are starting, during the Asian session and so on and so forth, then being near the pivot is more useful in my opinion, because you're likely to be trending through it. But I hope that makes sense. So what I'm really looking for is overextended pairs, R3, S3, and even better R4 and so on. So rather than change the bring up a new chart, we'll just look at Euro Aussie dollar and see what that tells us. Euro, where was I? Euro Aussie dollar, 19 pips away from R4. Euro Aussie dollar, seems just as slow. R4 must be up there, and we're 19 pips below it by the looks of it. So you can use a different pivot point indicator with the fourth level on there, but quite frankly it's pretty rare it's used. All you need to know is that this is looking good for a reversal when it's so far away from your moving averages and so far away from your traditional 3 pivots there. So I think this has a lot of use to it, especially when you've like me, you've been for a walk and stuff like that. So I'll be looking into the other 2 indicators as well, seeing how best we can use them. My initial thoughts are that it would be best to look for sort of mixed colours. I tried this on 3 time frames, 15, 30 and H1, and where it's mixed it's going to be hovering between the 2. You know, if it's touching 34 on H1, that is effectively the 89 on the M15, and so on and so forth. That's how this will be used. Bollingers I used to trade a lot, or used to use them on my charts a lot. That one will be a definite miles away work in progress. I don't really want Bollingers back on my charts, but as always we never stop learning with this. So this I think is absolutely brilliant. Let's use it again from here. I love that. So let's have a look at one. What haven't we looked at? Aussie dollar I think I looked at. Oh, D30, let's have a look at that one. Good old DAX. All of these have moved miles today, so yeah, DAX, look at that, off the S30, S4 rather, don't disregard that level, it's something else entirely. There's the S3, so you know, bounce off one, retest the other one. So we'll look at that on M5. There's the retest there. It's absolutely stunning. The moves at the moment are unbelievable on this market. So anyway, yeah, the alert you just saw was me having a little trade on the bounce of the US 30 actually. So that's banked another 10 or 100 points or whatever it is, 10 pips. So all good. Hopefully you'll find this useful. So have a look on my Twitter feed, search for pivot dashboard and 2 words, and you will find it on my Twitter feed. So you have to search my individual Twitter feed, much the same as you need to search for any other videos on this channel. Use my search on my feed for anything you need to know about. 800 plus videos now, so there's plenty to be getting on with. Thanks for watching. Have a great Thursday.